We're back.
D-gang was gooch.
We're back. And if we look a little puffy, we look a little tired, that would make sense.
I drank 3 nights this weekend.
3 nights?
Including Sunday night, last night.
You drank last night?
Yeah, we're recording this on a Monday.
That's crazy.
First thing we do of the week. I see you. My eyes are swollen.
Crusted shut.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Who were you with?
Well, it's funny you should ask that. None of you know who he is, but I was with my best friend, Jordan.
Jay. J-Man.
Jay Wex. His last name is Wexer, so we all just call him Wex. And when he comes through, he's here for a wedding. His friend was getting married in Napa, and he was like, hey, let's get dinner on Sunday night.
I'm going to roll through and ruin your life.
I'm going to roll through. We're going to have some cockies before we head out. And he's that guy that, like, I just devolve.
Totally.
We have a whole other language.
Yeah.
We just say just things that would get us just canceled.
You two sitting at a bar, just no woman should walk by you. I'm kidding.
No. I mean, luckily it was in my apartment. So, and then we went out for Vietnamese food.
Oh, amazing.
And he's a good kid, but
you're feeling it the next day.
I'm feeling it the next day. He just brings out the inner savage.
Yeah.
And it's instant. It's as soon as I see him, like, even if I pick up the phone and talk to him, like, you know who I'm talking to.
Totally. Your whole demeanor changes.
The way I answer the phone, I would
sometimes feel like I'm that instigator in your life. As, like, 8 years younger, I had like a motor, speaking of Moter-Heads, but my motor would run throughout the night, and I'd text you at like
10 o'clock,
11, 10, come out, guys.
My eyes are
you
like,
and Becca are like respond next morning at 9 a.m. Sorry, I missed this.
Well, that's because
I was getting 12 hours of sleep.
We definitely weren't doing that. We were just probably took a bunch of edibles and we're like on the couch, like in pure darkness.
You're both terrified. Like, ignore her. Don't let her find us.
Like, what if she calls? What if she calls?
Okay, if she calls, just let it ring. We won't touch the phone.
Like, no, I have to answer. We can't not answer. Just be honest with her. Will you be honest with her? We're not doing shit right now.
I'm picturing you guys just having that whole debate.
Just having an absolute meltdown.
We all have that friend, that J-Man, for example, who just makes us change.
You have that friend.
I mean, of course I have that friend.
Or are you just that friend?
I might be that friend. I have that friend. This weekend, my one friend was graduating from her master's degree at Cal and was like, let's do a debaucherous wine weekend in Napa. Let's take PTO on Friday, all of you, 6 girls and guys, and let's go to a house in Napa, party, do tastings, get hammered.
Yeah.
Why can't you just go to Napa and like have a fun, couple tastings, be a mature adult? Like we're heading into our second tasting, little buzz. Like, all right, let's get serious now. Yeah. Let's get serious about drinking. Let's put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I don't drink tastefully.
No.
That's like kind of a waste to me.
They're like, you could spit it out in here if you're not done with that glass, or you could finish it. Spit it out.
Spit it out. Give me that thing. You mean people aren't drinking?
We're heckling the guy pouring the wine. It's horrible.
Yeah, I heard a story about a guy who was so hammered that he, the thing that everyone spits out and pours their wine in.
Yes, the spit.
They cut him off. He took that and drank it.
Stop.
Like the most horrifying, disgusting thing I've ever heard.
I'm really scared.
Then they actually called the cops.
And it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. Okay. It wasn't me. I'm not going to drink the spit wine, but I've done bad things, but I draw the line there.
So we had great weekends. If we're running a little slow, sorry, Moter-Heads.
Yeah.
Let's cue the music. Yeah.
Demoted.
Welcome back, everyone. As was stated, we're moving a little slow today. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It hurts me a little bit more than Natalie at being 35. The hits, I feel like someone just punched me over and over and over again, but I like that.
I like that feeling, and it's fun, and I like being resilient.
Yeah.
I have a pretty big week. I'm heading to LA tomorrow.
Okay.
Annie and I are going. We have like a commercial shoot. We got shit to conference. We got shit to do.
Yeah. So
I only went to Napa for one day, but I'm ready to roll.
You're ready.
For the Moter-Heads.
You got caffeine.
I got it all.
Water. Water. Like,
what else?
If it's me, I'm crushing up an Adderall and I'm going to town.
I actually got an IV before going down to Napa, like a preemptive IV.
I've never heard of a preemptive IV.
Just in case.
I've heard of the post-emptive.
Oh yeah, waking up hungover.
Yeah.
But the first time I got an IV, she came to my house. Nurse Ann, shout out, I love you. Drip hydration. She came to my house and I was just screaming, wailing, hungover, like causing a huge bitch fit. She's like, Natalie, if you're not comfortable with this, like, you brought me here. Yeah, so like, you paid for me to be here. If you don't want me here, I'm happy to leave. I'm like, no, I'm throwing a fit.
Are you just like,
yes.
Do it. Just throw your arm out, your wrist out, like, pick a vein. I don't give a shit.
Fine. You hate me. She's like, this is a service you're paying for. Okay, our episode rundown. We're talking about happy hour.
Yeah, we're talking about happy hour,
speaking
which is relevant.
Drinking.
Yeah, speaking of drinking.
We'll read some of your happy hour confessions.
It's like how they think of this topic. Well, They drank all weekend.
They drank all weekend. We were like, let's do it. We asked you guys for some stories about your happy hour confessions, and they get a little juicy. So we're going to read those. I know you all love when we exploit you and your personal narratives.
Salacious is one of our favorite words.
We love the word salacious.
We're going to do promoted, demoted, and then we're going to do a little dear demoted. But before we do that, we got in this habit of reading reviews.
And by habit, I mean this is the second time.
We've done it one time. So it's becoming a habit, which will hopefully soon become an addiction.
Okay, I love starting the episode with like just a little pump up. So
yeah,
what's the review?
Okay, so this is from someone called Work From Home Buddies. 5-star. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are exactly what I need to survive work from home as an extrovert. I crave the socialization, so I've been listening to your podcast during lunch, and I'm not so lonely anymore. Cue the happy tear. Thanks for the laughs and helpful work advice too.
I love you.
I love you.
Are we best friends?
Yeah. Come hang out.
Come hang out. Come in the beanbag with us.
That's a true Moter-Head.
That's a true Moter-Head. And our producer told us Moter-Head has a few meanings across regions.
You know, like when you're a little kid and you're writing an essay and you always start, Merriam-Webster defines the word integrity as someone who blank.
And through the use of similes and metaphors.
Yeah, and we're going to define Moter-Head.
We're going to define Moter-Head, and this isn't how we define it, okay? Because we spell motor, as Ross has mentioned, M-O-T-E-R.
Right.
So we want to call you guys Moter-Heads if you're comfortable, but here's what a Moter-Head means.
Or if you're not, we're going to do it anyway.
Here's what a Moter-Head means in U.S. and Canada. I'll read that. Yep. It's a car, truck, or motorcycle enthusiast.
Makes sense. They're Moter-Heads. They like automobiles. They like motors.
They're total Moter-Head.
Total Moter-Heads. Of course, in the UK, the slang means a heavy user of amphetamines.
Perfect. So we didn't know this.
We didn't know that.
We didn't know this, and we're going to ignore that from this point on. We just wanted to address it in case any of our London listeners were like, mad, why are they saying Moter-Head? And I'm not mad.
They might think it's funny.
They might think it's funny. They might like it.
They like weird shit over there. So,
but Moter-Head to us is it says right here in Merriam-Webster, a true and loyal fan of the Demoted podcast, _, also known as a cult.
Also known as a cult. Yeah, Moter-Heads are cultists in the cult of the D-gang of the listeners of the podcast
Moter-Head.
Demoted.
So thank you, Moter-Heads, for listening.
Thank you.
All right, so this is Corporate Confessions. The theme of this, we asked our followers, send us some happy hour confessions just to get into our discussion about happy hour.
We left it at that.
So Ross and I are going to go back and forth and read some of the things across our followers that you all said.
Yeah, you're freaks. We knew this.
Blacked out at my farewell happy hour, left my work laptop on a train, so I spent my last day finding it. Bye.
Bye.
Haggle.
Oops.
Have a good life.
Happy hour started before noon and ended with several new nose piercings.
How do you fit more than one? So you're coming in next day with septum, bull ring.
Yeah.
This one.
I guess so. Happy hour started before
She's like, I got a side nostril gauge. It's just a hole.
That's an interesting story to explain the next day.
Very interesting. Oh, hey, I like the
7 nose piercings.
The new facial jewelry.
Yeah.
Seeing your boss get hammered and ask folks to touch her recently augmented boobs. Wow. Doesn't seem like something we should do in the office.
First science. Fine. Okay.
Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I hated that. Okay.
She's right. They're fake.
Fine.
At work happy hour, drunkenly showed my dating wrapped PowerPoint to my entire team.
Do you know what a dating wrapped PowerPoint is?
I'm assuming it's like Spotify Wrapped, but for dating.
Yeah,
it's
this was a trend on TikTok. It's like, here's my dating Wrapped of 2023. Went on 16 first dates.
Yep.
Slept with 5 of them. Like whatever.
Got it.
And so she pulled that up on the whiteboard, or whatever projector,
that's rich.
and was showing her teammates that.
I love that.
I love
have
that.
a friend who did that, who has a whole spreadsheet of all the things, the pros, the cons, the rating system.
No way.
It's wild.
Wow.
It's wild.
I would love to see the formulas, the back end formulas of that.
Yeah, I'll hit her up and see if she's down to share.
I hooked up with our HR rep at an in-office happy hour in her office.
Wow.
Monkey emoji covering the eyes.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool.
You dirty dog.
That's cool. With HR in the HR office.
I mean, you're pretty much invincible then.
Yeah, you're immune.
You're totally immune, and she will help you.
Yeah, you'll forever have that. That is great blackmail.
Great blackmail. You're working there forever.
My colleague told me a week before her wedding, she slept with her husband-to-be's brother.
Oh.
I wonder if her husband knows that.
The amount of like drunk confessions that are shared at the work happy hours that I've seen in these confessions.
Wow.
Like, my CEO told me, the head of HR told me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you guys got to stop running your mouths.
Yeah.
You really got to stop running your mouths. Cause I love yapping.
Yeah.
I love it. You got to stop.
I was at a happy hour this weekend with some people who I obviously cannot name, but they are high profile, like extremely successful individuals who are at like high profile companies.
Yep.
And like the conversation starts like so normal. 7 drinks later.
So dark.
These same people who are just so impressive are just absolute heathens. We're all heathens.
And you do you feel like you lost respect for them?
I mean, no, because I was probably in the same boat.
Yeah.
We're like high five and we're like joking. We've got one like.
You just think back after you're like, wow, that got.
We're playing
dark.
Bumble for someone.
You're on their Bumble.
We're on their Bumble. We're all playing Bumble for someone.
We're all playing Bumble as if it's a game.
Yeah, I don't know. We're all doing Bumble.
We're all playing Bumble. Take it from someone who's never been on a dating app. Ross thinks it's playing Bumble.
Yeah, I'm the only guy there. I'm like, that guy's hot, dude.
Yeah, swipe.
That guy's hot.
Swipe.
That guy's a hot guy. Hot guy alert.
Okay, love that. Yeah. Love a happy hour.
Well, my point just being, it's like you're talking about CEOs and CEOs. Everybody's like got a title. Everyone's got the respect, and then everyone devolves.
Then the drinks come.
Everyone's a freak.
Then the drinks come.
Okay, new PR director got wasted and asked if anyone wanted to see her tits. Fired after 90 days.
A lot of showing of the.
Where am I during all of this?
No one's asking you.
No one's asking me.
No one's asking you.
It's kind of like, I feel like a third party, like objective reviewist.
Yeah. First week on the job, CEO drunkenly confessed he loved me and wanted to have 4 kids. This was 5 years ago and I still work there. LOL.
This was 5 years ago. We now have 3 of the 4.
Totally.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
No.
Okay.
These don't end happily or cutely at all.
I got so intoxicated, parentheses, at a winery, that I was bold enough to ask for a promotion and got it.
That one was very wholesome. I wasn't expecting you to read that.
That is wholesome. Well, see, I don't read these out. I just read what's in front of me. And
that I asked for a promotion and I got it.
You don't get what you don't ask for.
You don't get what you don't ask for. If it takes a little liquid courage for you to ask, you better ask.
Congratulations.
But I personally would ask at 9 a.m. in your meeting, in your one-on-one.
Yeah, if you're going to do it drunk, you best come correct.
Yeah, you got to come with the facts.
You're just like, come on, seriously.
Seriously, I just want a promotion.
I just feel like I've been doing such a good job. And I
just love working here and I really think I deserve it.
I can see myself as a lifer. No, I'm just saying.
I want to be here forever and I like what I do. One of my coworkers got drunk and blurted out how she did coke with one of our customers and how she cheated on her boyfriend with another. Then proceeded to say, quote, "But don't judge me."
LOL.
Don't judge me, okay? I'm only human.
It happens.
I'm the epitome of like, okay, guys, I'm going to tell you this. Don't judge me. Yeah. All right. Like, because then I
say something absolutely horrific.
I'm not allowing room for feedback. Yeah. Okay. I'm just sharing. It's a one-way share out.
This is a confession situation where I just need to get this off my chest.
So
I don't
judge
need you to judge me. I just need you to
I'm
forget
not asking
everything
for
I
your
said.
advice.
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to tell you once and then forget it happened.
You don't need to hate me. I hate me.
I hate me enough.
So you're good.
Okay.
Thank you for that though. Okay. One of the paralegals at my old firm told me she masturbates in the bathroom almost every day.
I read this yesterday as I was going through my confessions. I read that really fast.
I was just like, it just all of a sudden the word masturbate
and
shows up.
I saw you start. I know you didn't see that word before you started reading.
I did not.
You masturbate in the bathroom every day? What's wrong with your house or something?
Or home. I mean, just like get home. I don't know. Are
you living there?
I don't know what to make of that. And like I could see
You're
like
still reading it. He's still looking at it.
Rereading
like
it.
Making sure it's
at my
accurate.
old firm told me she masturbates in the bathroom almost every day. I maybe I'm sexist. I feel like that's a dude. Freaky weird freak creep show dudes do that shit. But then said she and then
now you're like, are girls banging him out back there too, or just me?
Yeah, everyone's showing tits.
Because I'm always back there doing it.
And I'm, what am I doing?
I didn't know if the lady stall was also as active.
Yeah, okay, cool, dope, go off.
Shout out, go off.
Paralegals, I mean, lawyers, they're like number 3 on the psychopath, like most likely psychopaths.
Yeah, we reviewed that in one of our first episodes.
Yeah,
So, makes sense. Here's another confession. I had a crush on a coworker and drank too much, licked his face at a bar, and grabbed his junk. Crying, laughing emoji. The junk grabbing feels like too much.
It's not okay. It's
definitely not okay.
It's definitely not okay.
Don't grab junk.
Don't grab junk.
But this one, it feels like his junk fell into her hand.
Right. And she did the cry laughy face. So
it absolves it.
Yeah. Throw an emoji in there.
Come on.
Yeah. Your Honor, I put an emoji at the end.
Your Honor, I said lol.
Case dismissed. Case dismissed. Yeah, don't work like that. Okay.
Corporate execs were in town. I somehow ended up fucking the exec director's wife. Oh.
Sure.
That's like horrible bosses when the wife of the like big boss guy was trying to hit on his subordinate or something.
Yeah, I feel like that's such a trope.
Such a trope.
It's like the guy, like the ultra powerful boss's wife is like the true like powerful one and just like bangs whoever.
Totally. Love that for you.
Love that.
I wonder if that ever got out.
I wonder if it's real.
Probably when she got the clap from you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Got so drunk at the company happy hour that I peed my pants on Bart and then ran off.
I love a Bart pee.
Yeah. This is why I don't ride Bart.
That's why you don't ride Bart? That's why you don't ride Bart.
There's a multitude of reasons.
Got it.
That's up there.
That's up there.
There's a lot of PP on the Bart.
Managing partner was going to pay my fine to jump in the Tonga Room pool. For those of you Moter-Heads listening out there, Tonga Room is a kind of like Hawaiian bar where there's this like moat.
It's like a fancy tiki bar.
It's a fancy tiki bar.
Yeah.
Where there's this moat of water and it looks very alluring. It's sort of like when you're on the Disney ride of Pirates of the Caribbean, you're like, I kind of want to get in there. Like what's going on in that water?
Right. It's like dark.
There's smoky. You're like, I'm
tropical.
I'm 2 tiki towers in. I kind of want to go in there.
Right. It's like what the Rainforest Cafe had been if the Rainforest Cafe had like grown up with privilege.
Totally.
Right.
And so this is basically saying the managing partner was like, get in there. I'll pay the fine. Because there's a huge fine if you get in the water.
It like says it everywhere. It's like, do not get in the fucking pool.
Like, we will ruin you.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, I want to see you do it. And I wish there was a follow-up to this. Like, did she not? I'm assuming no.
We should do a Moter-Head happy hour at the Tonga Room.
We should.
That's a great
It's
spot.
A great
I
spot.
totally forgot about that place.
San Francisco, absolute.
Yeah.
Just legendary place.
Yeah. Ended up at the strip club with 4 partners, parentheses, all married men. One tried to kiss my colleague.
Another trope.
Another trope.
The old strip club.
The old 4 guys in a strip club.
Is that like a finance thing? Is that like a sale? Where does that
I definitely
exist?
think it leans finance. I'm, and I don't say this to try and be cool. Like, I'm just not really a strip club guy. It all kind of weirds me out.
In South Bend, Indiana, we went to the strip club once. And the South Bend, Indiana strip club was
gas.
All gas, no breaks.
All gas.
Here's a happy hour confession. We did a Q&A fireside chat with the exec team. My boss was asked, what is one thing you would never do again? And he said meth. Not a joke. It's
a Q&A fireside chat. This wasn't like one-on-one.
It's so good. Like, what's one thing, like, probably the person asking is like in your career that you'd never do again. Like, not prepare for a presentation, cancel a sales demo. There's so much you could do. Probably meth.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do meth again.
But
yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
Just one word answer, period.
That doesn't sound like a happy hour, Q&A fireside chat, but I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
All right. Watching 2 guys pull my boss out of the gutter after a Christmas party.
That's so hilarious.
I've seen this before. I've seen that story.
You've seen that before.
Yeah. Peeling them off the ground with a spatula. Because they're just human pancakes.
This one has to be from your followers. Boss blew cigarette smoke in my face, so I slapped him. He promoted me a month later.
Undoubtedly sales heathen.
Bitch.
I love you. Like,
you're so good at your job, bitch.
You're so fucking good at your job. I want to hit you. Hit me. Do it. Hits him.
Fine, hit me.
Yeah, do it again.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Salespeople are gluttons for punishment.
Totally.
So, brand new rep got wrecked and ripped his pants in the ass. The boss's comment, lightweight.
Oh, okay.
Got absolutely wrecked and ripped his pants down the ass seam. Boss's only comment was calling him a lightweight.
Perfect. I'll do better. Sorry, boss.
Sorry, boss. That's my butt crack.
Someone called my SVP fire crotch at a company happy hour. They were fired later. Was he ginger?
He's a ginger?
He was a ginger.
He's a ginger. My brother's a ginger.
I call Win fire crotch all the time.
He loves that. FC, baby. FC, baby.
Oh, what's up, fire crotch? How are you? Oh my God, it's been a while. How have you been?
I've learned not to upset gingers.
No.
They know a wrath like no other.
Do not upset them.
Yeah. Sliced my finger open cutting limes for tequila shots on the ping pong table. Still have a scar. Went back to the office to get a bag after happy hour. Caught 2 coworkers banging in cubes. Okay, so
I just want to clarify to get her bag. It's like her work bag that she left in the office. I know if Ross saying bag, your mind could be going somewhere else.
I literally thought
she
a bag
was just
of blow.
going to grab her bag.
That's what happened.
And so that wasn't actually the punchline. The punchline was that the coworkers were banging
the cubes. Yep. I was like, man, I was like ready to unpack.
Went back to grab bag, 2 coworkers banging. Where the coworkers are banging? Speaking of bag.
I was like, damn, first she cuts her finger. Then she goes back to get a bag of blow. But on her way to get her bag of blow that she left in the office, obviously, she sees 2 coworkers banging in the cubicles.
All 3 of them rip open the bag, start doing it.
Okay, so the bag, she actually had a bag.
Work bag with laptop. Yep.
We need a new word.
How could you call your work bag a bag?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, what's happening here?
You're going to give a happy hour confession and say bag?
I'm the problem.
It's me.
I'm the problem.
Okay. Shared that I was moving in with my BF at happy hour and my boss told me he thought it was too soon. Just such an overstep.
As your boss and professional mentor,
I do need to say
it's a little soon.
This is way too soon.
I wish it had been mentioned how long they had been together, but neither here nor there. Maybe it was too soon. Maybe the boss was right. There is a world where the boss is right. So I'm just going to say
there is a world.
Manager got hammered and treated the table to calamari. Charges per head the next day.
First of all, calamari is so not a splurge. Like, all right, guys, calamari on me.
Yeah, look, guys,
eat as much
crazy.
Fried squid as you want, baby. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's on Daddy Warbucks here. And then I'm actually going to charge you.
$6 calamari.
How much can calamari be?
It's
Literally
not that much.
$3.20 a head. Yeah. Oh,
I had calamari this weekend.
You and Jordan had a lot.
No, that was the happy hour before the other happy hour. That was Saturday.
When you go to happy hours, are these with friends or are you going to like a work happy hour?
No, they're friends. They're overwhelmingly friends. This one just happened to be like the second one happened to be a little more work one.
Like old work friends, or what is the context?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Old like superiors.
Got it.
Yeah.
45-year-old sales director gets hired and within 2 months takes a fancy to one of the technical AMs, account managers.
Yep.
Next happy hour rolls around and they end up going home together. Turns out she has a fetish for pouring hot candle wax on his balls before getting down to it. She got let go before the 6-month mark. Never heard of again. What? What happened? What did I just read?
Was it the wax on the balls or something else?
What was happening? Oh my God.
That's horrifying.
That's horrifying.
Turns out she has a fetish for pouring hot wax on balls.
Once it's like every line got hot candle wax on his balls. Okay.
So 2 months, takes a fancy.
Don't think the timeline matters here.
4 months, we're pouring wax.
Don't think the timeline matters.
I thought maybe this was too soon, moving in too soon.
This was moving in too soon.
Too soon.
I think it's maybe always too soon unless you're like really experimental and really open about that.
Anyway. People. Huh?
Ross is like, I mean, I'm not going to knock it till I try it.
I'm not going to knock it until I try it. You know, I'm just going to say. Okay, here's the next one. Short one. I peed my pants while talking to the CEO of my company. Poo poo pee pee pa pa poo poo.
Poo poo pee pee funny haha. This one. I kissed my boss on the forehead.
That's hilarious to me. Yeah, just pull them in real slow, like what's happening right now, and go right for the like.
You think you might be kissing, goes to the forehead, still weird,
it's
still strange. Weird.
It's
hot breath on my eyes.
So belittling at the same time, which I love about it.
You're a good kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, you're a good kid.
You're a good kid.
All right, so those are your confessions. You're freaks, and we judge you. We judge ourselves, but mostly you.
And we should have ordered this differently because now we're just going to give like some personal anecdotes and talk about happy hours.
Yeah.
But I do think working in consulting, which is what I did versus sales, the drinking culture is very different. So in consulting, you're either staffed on a team, you're traveling 4 days a week. You're either on a team that's a drinking team, like, oh, we're partying, we love each other, it's weirdly cultish. Or you're on a team that like doesn't speak. You wrap at 5 p.m. and you're never talking again. And you're working independently in your hotel rooms, messaging on Slack, because why be together if you're staff there together? That makes too much sense.
Yeah, no.
It's too awkward.
Sounds terrible.
To be in person. So I don't have like a ton of crazy happy hour stories. I did at Deloitte, they have this thing called Deloitte University, which is this huge campus.
Phenomenal school.
In Texas. Phenomenal school. It's this like giant campus in Texas where they send all the interns. They do all their like offsites there. It's all Deloitte branded. You walk in, everything's free. You walk up to Starbucks, you grab it. It's like, it's actually crazy.
So they're all young bloods.
They're all
kind of like similar age though. Right?
Yeah, but like they'll be facilitators, whatever. When you go as an intern class, yes, it's a lot of debauchery. Yeah. But you know, you're given drink tickets. There's the Mormon cohort who doesn't drink that you try to steal drink tickets from. Right. That was kind of my MO, like 2 drink tickets. Well, I'm barely going to get a buzz. And so like, that was fun. That was crazy. Yeah. But they track you. So like all the doors, everything's, they say like, it's like Big Brother. They're watching you. Right. There's the eye of under his eye, Deloitte, Big D. And they have trackers in the doors and they know if you go home or not. And so if you don't go to your room,
you like swipe badges or something? They just
swipe
like,
in, they track your keys.
Oh my goodness.
If you don't go back to your individual hotel room, or at least swipe the card to open and close the door, or if they see you go 2 into a room, you will be contacted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm sure if any of you have like Deloitte University stories, I know we have some D gang listeners, not Demoted gang, Deloitte gang. Please contact at Demoted Podcast because we want to hear them.
Oracle was like, hey, male, female, whatever. We just need 2 people to a room. Yeah. Throw them all in there. Oh, they're both like 22 and single. Fine. Throw them in a room together. That's totally fine.
That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. No, happy hour for us sales heathens is early and often.
Really?
As we describe it. Yeah.
It's crazy because you're also young. Like on my project, I was the youngest by 10 years. So it's like, does the person, you know,
we're a frat house,
who's 35 and married want to go out with me? Not really on a Tuesday when you get to the client site.
Or they do, and that's even more of a problem.
Totally. You know? It's always weird.
Yeah. I mean, you know, a sales floor is hundreds of people roughly within the same age bracket. Like the managers, it's weird now that I'm 35. Like the managers are like me now.
You old fart.
I'm like, I'd still rage.
Totally.
Now,
Totally.
You know? And so it's like, you got your young 20s and like your 30s to 40s kind of deal. But, you know, as a group of sales, you have your little friend group in sales and you go out to happy hour and you just sit there and whine and complain about quotas too high, marketing sucks, our product sucks.
Yeah.
We better IPO or this shit's not worth it. I could run this shit better than anyone else. You know,
of course.
It's like all catharsis and whining and bitching and moaning.
Totally.
And then 5 o'clock turns to 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock turns to 9 o'clock.
It's no longer a happy hour.
9 o'clock, it's dark.
I haven't eaten.
I haven't eaten anything. Haven't needed to. The Adderall's pulsing through my veins.
I haven't needed to. Yeah. I'm so full.
I'm so full right now. I had a bar like at 11 a.m.
Totally. I'm good.
And I've been good.
I had a bar and a black coffee.
Yeah, did you guys want to order food? We laugh. We've only been here 8 hours. You think now we're hungry?
Why would we order food?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Oh my God. Do you have any specific anecdotes?
Well, there was one that happened a while ago, early in my career.
Young Corp.
We went to, there's a place called Bar None in San Francisco, RIP, on Union Street.
They just reopened.
They did?
You old loser.
They're back?
Oh yeah. Union Street Ale House, I think it's called.
Oh, well, that's not Bar None, which is the shittiest
No, but there's fun
shithole.
games and it's fun.
That was the place anyone would go when they had a fake ID. They're like 16 coming from
totally.
Or something. Like,
stunk in there. I missed it.
Yeah, so we went to Bar None at like 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon.
Because you work in sales, you're not working until 5.
We work in sales. We're not doing shit. No, it was just, I can't remember if it was like a celebratory, whatever, end of quarter thing, and we all go. So it's like that very firm in between lunch and dinner, and we just start going hard, ripping shots, playing games.
Why not?
And I remember getting picked up. I drove to the bar, and I was coming from Redwood Shores. I wasn't going to leave my like car 45 minutes at work.
Yeah.
So I drove to City Park. I remember right before I left, someone was like, Jaeger bomb. I'm like, I was twisting my arm. Done. Jaeger bomb. Take the Jaeger bomb. Right as I'm walking out the door, Becca's out there. She picks me up. I get in the car. We bring my friend Ryan.
Oh God.
And we are
Becca.
I'm like, can we drop Ryan off? Right.
She's like, who is this stinky shit in the backseat of the car?
Yeah, and I've got my what's the little foldy bags that like you wear, that people wear? They're like work bags.
Like a briefcase?
No, the other one that like flappy. They have a flap that goes over. What are they called?
Timbuktu, like a backpack. Okay.
Yeah, Timbuktu bag. And I just like smashed it into the car. We drop Ryan off. I remember I was living in the Presidio at the time. I remember going into this tunnel. And that's the last thing I remember.
It went dark.
I went dark. I vaguely remember retching in the middle of the night. I woke up the next morning in just absolute shambles, and I go outside my room, and Becca's like asleep on the couch. And in that moment, I was like, what are you doing here?
Did we break up?
How did you get, how did you get here? Like, I guess I came home. I was so fucked up. I started bawling because I was like, you shouldn't see me like this. Like, I'm terrible. Like, get out of here.
Stop it.
Get out of here. And I'm like throwing up everywhere.
Oh my God.
I'm sobbing that she doesn't deserve this.
She doesn't.
I
still stand by that.
I think this might be the last time I cried. Like 2015, 2016.
That and our cancel episode, if you listen to that.
And the cancel episode. But that was like a full-on true meltdown. I left my car in the marina. I didn't even remember where I parked, so we had to go searching the marina for my car.
Just horn, just blaring, trying to find it.
Yeah, literally.
Panic button.
Yeah, smashing that panic button, literally and figuratively.
Stop it.
And I was
great story.
Crawling around.
That was the last time he drank. Now he's only on the ganj.
Yeah, I mean, yes, there was like a firm change after that.
No, that'll do it. Did you have work the next day, or were you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
No.
Yeah, and I went. And I yacked in between calls, and it was
Did
really
Becca
bad.
have teaching the next day?
Yeah.
God, the whole thing is horrible.
The whole thing's bad. It was all bad.
I feel worse for Becca.
Yeah. Well, she handled it like a champ.
Well, we've all been there.
At least I felt bad in the moment.
Yeah, it's okay. I feel bad for you.
Some people get violent when they get drunk. I just get so sorry.
Sad.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry for existing.
Yeah. The world shouldn't have me in it.
You're so delicate. We could just blow you away.
Yeah.
You would just
truly
go into the wind.
Truly. I'm a dandelion. Just light gust takes me everywhere.
I have no similar story. I definitely have gotten too drunk at a happy hour for sure.
Yeah.
I think
you didn't cry and crawl around on all fours, like reaching for the toilet.
No, I wish. That sounds so fun. I had a manager at Deloitte who was a British man who I was so in love with. Was crushing on him the entire summer internship when I was living in Chicago, actually. Okay. And I went to Notre Dame, and then Deloitte had this like event on campus at Notre Dame when I had gone back to school for one of the game day, football days.
Obviously.
And he came back and he was just like so unreachable. He was like a senior consultant. He was way above my level.
So what did you say the age was?
He was like probably like 29.
And you're like,
it was totally doable. I was like 21.
21 too.
Yeah. And he came back for a game and
totally doable.
We kissed at the bar.
Oh my God. I'll never forget.
I was like, wow, you are so not worth my entire summer of pining over you.
Yeah. Well, it's because you kind of won. You kind of like came, you saw, you conquered.
Totally.
And it was like, all right.
I checked next. Thank you. On to the next. This was fun. Glad I did that. I dragged my friend Mamie was visiting. Mamie, shout out. Thank you for coming to the bar with me. Thank you for watching that middle of the bar make out at the Deloitte event.
Yeah. Classy.
And classy,
so
good,
classy.
In and out, and we're done. Let's give just like some actual tips on happy hour, and they're quick and dirty. One is plan your out.
Have an out.
Ross
dude.
had no out. Ross was starving, crying, sad. And
everyone was there.
Poor Becca had to pick him up. Everyone was there. If you're like, oh yeah, I'll come to happy hour for a few drinks. I got dinner with friends after. It gives you the ability to go out. If you really want to say you really want to party, you can be like, dinner got canceled, but you always have the out in case the Jaeger bomb shot gets offered, and you can be like, oh no, I'm meeting my parents for dinner. Yeah. At a 9 p.m. res.
Have a good, easy lie.
Have a lie. Get out of there.
Literally, parents for dinner is a great one. That's an easy one. As you age, mix in a water. Period.
Always mix in a water.
Always mix in a water.
My
try to go one for one.
My family friend.
That's what I do now.
Henry Crusoe, I love you. Shout out to you. He always, his biggest bit, we're just like drinking with like our families so casually. No one's getting too drunk. He's like, hey, Nat, mix in a water. All right. Mix in a water.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's always funny. It's like, I'll have one glass of wine. It's like, Nat, mix in a water.
Because he knows. He does know.
He knows. Our next thing is one shot max. You can have a shot. You can have a Jaeger bomb.
I always say do it early.
Do it early. Don't do it often.
Early. Yeah, don't do it often.
Don't do it often. Do one. Let it sit with you. Let it course through your veins. Let it make you weird. Let it make you be loose-lipped. But then stop.
Yeah, and then nurse that beer for a while.
Nurse that beer. If you have 3 shots with these people who you work with,
you're gonna say some shit.
You're gonna say some shit. You're gonna lose.
Shit
they're gonna stop respecting you. And the last one.
Last one's don't kiss your coworker. Obviously,
of course.
Don't kiss your coworker.
Don't kiss your coworker.
Unless, of course. You're like a super secret thing.
It's kind of hot. And it makes sense. He's pouring wax on your balls. Like, there's a lot of reasons where we would say, like, absolutely do it.
Yeah. If
but
the
just
wax
go
is,
into
the candle's
it.
Melting.
Don't go into it wanting to kiss your coworker.
Especially, like, if it would be the first time and then in front of everyone. And it's just like, then the rumors start.
Totally.
Nothing fires up the rumor mill like a happy hour.
Oh, my God.
Nothing.
The
goss is hot. Hotter than the wax on the balls.
Goss is hot.
Hot goss.
Okay, this was a bit we tried very early on in our Demoted recording days when Ross and I would just film and edit full episodes and then just delete them.
Yep.
You guys think this might be episode 20, whatever it is. It's actually episode probably 30.
Yeah.
Because we've killed 10 episodes that were like, that was horrible.
We put out some real dog shit.
We don't want to put anyone through that.
We're sorry.
So we've tried this bit before, and we also started our career together when we first met with a video that was office jargon romance.
Yep.
Where we were like 2 coworkers meeting, speaking only in office lingo.
Flirting in office lingo. And so we wanted to do a beat a dead horse as our segment. Yeah. Here's some things you say in the office that are unintentionally dirty.
Weirdly sexual for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, my pipeline's running a bit dry. Could someone fill it up?
I'm not sure the server can handle a load this big.
Good. Can we quickly drill down together?
I noticed some exploitable security holes. Do you mind if I probe your network?
I do mind if you probe my network.
Just a little.
Just a probe.
Just a finger here and there. Just get in there.
Guys, my printer's jammed. Could someone come over here and hit it from the back?
I say that all the time.
You know when your coworkers, like, their printer's jammed and she asked someone to come over and hit it from the back?
Yeah, I mean, hashtag relatable. Throw up the hashtag relatable. Heard you needed a little more RAM. Thinking we do a quick hot swap.
Ross is big on the tech lingo. I don't even know what that means, and it feels wrong.
There's like 3 or 4 engineers who listen to this pod, and this is for them.
Totally. This is for you guys. All right, I'm just going to grab your low-hanging fruit and get out of here.
Yeah, for sure. Just grab whatever you need.
Just grab it and run.
Everyone else does.
Totally.
Could someone grab my dongle?
Yeah.
Please,
could someone grab my dongle?
Someone grab my dongle. It's here somewhere.
Can someone grab my dongle?
Anyone in this office grab my dongle? Someone grab it, please.
It's a commonly used term, dongle, and
it's science.
It's science, and that's that. So those were our office pickup dirty talk.
Unintentional dirty talk.
Unintentional dirty talk. That's
office a dish.
Office a dish. Let's get into our favorite segment, tried and true.
Promoted, demoted. Do we love it? Do we hate it?
Exactly. Ross, I'll hit you with the first one. Drinking in the office.
You know, I've done it a lot in sales, especially end of quarter.
So you have bottles like in the office and you're drinking.
Someone goes out to Costco, gets handles, gets bottles.
Someone
gets
with a Costco membership, SCO membership.
Yep. They go out, they get a bunch, they bring it back, put it on ice, and like end of quarter in particular, when you're staying way past, like you're staying until midnight. You know, end of quarter, it's like a lot of deals are out for signature. There's not a lot you can really do to control things, so it's mostly like a waiting game, and you're just stressed and kind of freaking out. Deals are hitting, everybody's celebrating, you know, dapping, high fives, cool shit. And
Love
you're drinking.
that.
And it's fun.
At the end of Sales Are Dope, the series, you pulled out just like a bottle of Bailey's.
Kahlua. Yeah, a little bottle of Kahlua. Let's drink about it. I mean,
Let's drink about it.
That's what we did. You know, obviously, like that can lead to a lot of bad things.
I don't think I've ever drank like in an office. Maybe actually wine happy hour.
It usually leads to then going out.
Yeah.
Some go out.
But we hear like, don't, hookups in the lactation room. Like there's a lot we hear.
That never happened. Certainly not in the lactation room that I'm aware of. And I was aware of a lot of shit.
You were the epicenter of the drama.
I was not the epicenter, but I wasn't not the epicenter.
So drinking in the office, we're going to have to say promote it.
I'm going to promote it at the right time. You know?
Love it.
If you have enough restraint, it's fine.
Love that.
All right. Promoted, demoted. Heart to hearts with coworkers.
Man, I just love you so much.
You're the reason I work here for real. Seriously, or I would have left.
I swear to God, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And if you left, I'm leaving. I'm leaving if you leave.
I'm holding you to it.
I'm holding you to it. I love you.
Are you looking? Are you
seriously looking for a job?
Where?
Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, literally.
So drunk heart to hearts with coworkers, as we so clearly acted out, are always just so stupid, but I love it.
I love them.
If it's your peer and it's like your work bestie, like absolutely.
Yeah.
If it's like between levels, it's where it gets a little weird.
It's good if you are on the lower level.
Yes.
Because then you're like, I had a bonding moment with so-and-so who holds my future in their hands.
Totally. And you view it as a bonding moment. They view it as, we got to get rid of this kid.
Or they're like, I hate myself and I can't believe I did that. I'm so embarrassed that I was talking to them.
So embarrassed.
Like I was too honest about the company with them.
So heart to hearts with coworkers.
I'm still going to promote.
I'll promote.
I'm going to promote. I mean, most of the time,
funny
it's like,
stories.
I think about some legendary moments with some of my friends.
Promoted or demoted, sleeping in the office.
Sleeping in the office. Well, that's if you drink too much in the office, you end up staying in the office. I personally have never slept in the office.
I've never slept in the office. It seems dark.
It seems really dark. And like, the whole like, I slept under my desk thing. But why sleep in the office when you go to thuma.co and just get a sturdy, strong, silent bed that fits together with absolutely no extra pieces?
Why sleep in the office when you can get a Thuma bed?
Absolute artisan design.
Real quality wood. We talked about Thuma in our last podcast.
Yep.
Thuma.co, modern design company.
Yep.
They create furniture and home goods. The hero product, the most exciting, is the bed.
You don't need tools. You don't need little screws, any of that stuff. Disassembles super easy. Ships for free straight to your home.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, free shipping. So many companies get you with the shipping. I swear to God, it's like that's my pet peeve.
Free shipping for a bed is huge.
Tipping culture and shipping culture.
You hate tipping and shipping. You hate tipping and shipping.
I can't stand it.
So upgrade your space and probably your life with Thuma. Go to thuma.co. That's thuma.co to learn more.
Built to last and backed by a lifetime warranty. That is thuma.co.
All right. Promoted or demoted, closing a deal with a drunk prospect. Parentheses, question mark from our producer. Is this legally binding?
Definitely not legally binding. Nothing legally binding about a verbal. If they sign the doc, that's legally binding. I think the answer is absolutely. Hard promote because you close however you can. And a lot of times, like your prospects, the people you're trying to sell, they're just humans too. We're just trying to be people doing people stuff and doing businesses tight. And if you do it when you're drunk, it feels even better.
Totally.
I'm not saying you should aim for doing that all the time. I'm just saying sometimes you have a good steak dinner with a good prospect. You take them to
Fleming's, yeah.
Take them to Fleming's,
totally.
Baby.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So we'll promote the wine and dine.
I'm going to promote it.
Drunk close.
Shit works. All right, promoted, demoted. Last one, canceling a meeting because of a hangover.
I think you and I agree on this, and you'll give the sales spin, but like you can't cancel the meeting.
Can't cancel the meeting.
Because that being drunk and being hungover is your mistake.
Yep.
It's like you can't get sympathy for a hangover. You can get sympathy for like being sick.
Yep.
A hangover is unfortunately not a sickness.
Yes.
Even though I treat it as such.
You could frame it as such and probably get out of it. But if I was with you at happy hour and I know you're canceling for that reason, I'm judging you heavily. Like there's only one rule in sales, like one true rule. Just show up. Whether you're at SKO, whether you went to happy hour, you went out and partied, it doesn't, wherever you partied, whenever you partied, it doesn't matter. Go till 6 a.m. But if the meeting starts at 7:30, I better see your ass there. You can look like shit, you can smell like shit, but you show up.
You be there.
You suffer because you deserve to suffer.
Come straight from the bar.
Just be there.
Be there.
I've seen people wear the same clothes the next day, look like absolute dog shit. I'm like, I fucking respect you.
Canceling a meeting, demoted.
Demoted. For hangover, demoted.
Demoted.
Okay, let's transition now into Dear Demoted. This will be our final segment of the day. You guys send us a question. Again, if you have questions, if you have confessions, contact at demotedpodcast.com. Send that shit to us. Leave us a voice memo or write it out, whatever floats your boat. So, Nat, you want to read the first one?
Dear Demoted, been binging the episodes and absolutely loving it. Question for you both. Your take on humor in the workplace. I had a boss, CFO of a public company, who would frequently yell and berate employees in group meetings. He was out of control, but one time I responded to his yelling with a well-timed and delivered joke that immediately de-escalated the tone, and he didn't yell at me much after that. We'll be curious to hear your thoughts on the role of appropriateness of humor, especially at senior levels. I love this question.
Man, oh man, oh man.
So
I love humor in the workplace.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And it's really difficult. And when I started my job at Deloitte, I spoke about this on our first episode, but I was so afraid to tell jokes. Like I wanted to be professional. I wanted to be respected. I didn't know what the vibe was. And I think that's important, like reading the room and really understanding, are people making jokes? Are your superiors making jokes? Is it an environment that welcomes that or is it not? And I think if you're being yelled at and stuff, this is like different elements, but just humor in general, one, you got to be good at it.
It's got to land.
It's got to land because a joke that doesn't land is so awkward.
Yep.
And two, it can't really cut down others.
Yeah, so you never punch down.
Never punch down.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
so
always,
that's my take. Give me your take. I know you're doing more on this.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to be funny to be fun. Everyone thinks like there's a prereq of like being funny to do it. Like at the end of the day, if you want to be self-deprecating, call out something about yourself. Like people love that. Like if you wanted to make a joke about someone, do it with yourself. Do it to yourself.
Do it to yourself.
Should say. And there's also like, it doesn't need to be like a stand-up bit. Creating a culture of levity. Like do something like wear the funny hat. Like make the like stupid little like prop joke, you know, and those things. Humor is actually
prop comedy. I'm gonna actually say maybe doesn't land all the time, but
yeah, I mean, yes, it might not land all the time, but so humor is like it is the most powerful tool of influence.
Yep.
It is. It is a scientifically proven it actually is scientifically proven to increase productivity. A culture of levity and humor makes your employees more productive.
And I would say 100% of the brand deals Ross and I do, like how we make money is because these campaigns are like, we want to use humor to promote the product.
Yes.
And I think that's important. Like it's unique. It's exciting. People want the viewers of the product or the service to laugh.
Yes. And that makes it more memorable. And again, more influential. So like I'm a hard promote. There is a fine line of like trying too hard and like swinging and missing. If you swing and miss, we talked about this, was it in an episode, the thanks for the feedback.
Yeah.
You know, like if you swing and miss, like make fun of yourself. Be like, yep, oh, that was terrible. Anyway, let's continue on with something. Yeah. Just like acknowledging it, calling it out. Those are great ways to do it. So if you're going to punch yourself. That's a great way to start.
Yeah.
And creating a culture of levity and just like fun is just as important as like true humor comedy, so to speak.
Yeah. So definitely bring the levity. Don't be too serious.
In this particular case,
when you're talking to like senior execs, it is very
high risk.
So make sure you're confident in what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I would have done it in this situation. It sounds like it landed and de-escalated in that moment.
I mean, it sounds like she got a standing ovation. I'm saying she. I actually don't know who this person is, but it sounds like it really played.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually can't tell who it is either.
I'm saying she because it was a funny boss ass bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
and I love that about you.
Yeah, safe to assume here. And he didn't yell at me much after that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many times I'm making jokes at someone who yells at me unless I'm like totally ready to leave. Yeah,
that job. Seems like the hardest, like, because they're not primed for a joke in that setting. They're angry.
Yeah, speaking of like getting berated and then making a joke, I got absolutely torn apart on this call when I was trying to pitch my script to someone who just. Anyway, I'll tell another time. We'll save that for another time.
Talon, mark that for next episode. We'll definitely talk about it.
That was Dear Demoted. Thank you for sending us a question.
Thank you for the questions. We have so many here, but Ross and I can't stop yapping and running our mouths. So unfortunately, we can't get to all of them, but we will hopefully get to them.
So whatever you hear as the final product of this episode, just know there's 30% more that we had
There's
to cut.
30% more that we had to cut. Maybe we'll do like a Patreon thing in the future where they can just hear us.
Premium content.
Just hear us just talking
The
for
behind
hours.
the scenes of us fumbling with the phones, like, where the hell is the folder?
Ross took 30 minutes to find the folder for where the confessions were. I can't even speak on it publicly, but gosh. So thank you for listening to this week's episode of Demoted. If you haven't emailed us your confessions, your Dear Demoted, you can also leave us a voice memo.
Yes. Yep. As mentioned, leave us a voice memo. And if you don't want to do that, leave us a review, a positive one. Maybe we'll read it on the pod.
5-star.
Gasses me up. I'm glad we're doing that now. It's officially a habit.
It's officially a habit now that we've done it twice.
Yep.
Comment interesting posts wherever you see our content on LinkedIn, Instagram. We're trying to kind of make that a viral thing. It's not going to work, but just do it.
It's not going to work.
If you've listened to our like clout chasing LinkedIn episode,
Interesting post, exclamation.
interesting post. So just do that.
Just do that.
It means we know you're a Moter-Head.
Yeah, true Moter-Heads do it.
We'll keep calling you that.
We will make merch. We've had requests for merch, but we are so far in the red. We need a few more
Thumas.
and we'll be good to go. And we'll make some merch. So tune in next time on
Demoted.